My number 5 is Goldfinger. And this is the favorite for some people, and yeah, a lot of people think the first 3 Sean Connery James Bond films are some of the best and classic and some of the greatest James Bond films of all time, and I agree with them. But still, number 5 is Goldfinger for me, and honestly, it's kind of different from all the rest of the Sean Connery films, because this is the only one in the Sean Connery films that doesn't involve Spectre or a henchman of Spectre. It's its own movie. It's also a film that actually has 3 Bond girls, and those first 2 Bond girls actually have some really good motivations on trying to kill our main villain, or at least the second one does, because the first one dies right away. It's a big heist movie, and it's really great. Oddjob is fantastic as this henchman, and he's really damn good. And this is the first James Bond film to actually have a car with gadgets. Honestly, there's a lot of firsts in this movie, even though it's the 3rd of the franchise. It's just hard to explain what's so good about Goldfinger. It's just excellent. That's all there is to it. Now with number 4, we're actually getting into the James Bond films that I would gladly give 5 stars to. And my number 4 is the other Timothy Dalton film, License to Kill. This is a really unique James Bond film and very typical of 80s action. It feels like a revenge story because it is. It takes the structure of the revenge story and really enhances it. This is actually one of the more dramatic James Bond films where Felix Leiter is injured and his newlywed wife is killed by this, well, crime lord. And so now James Bond takes it on his own that he's going to stop and kill this crime lord for what he did to his best friend and wife of the best friend. And I'm sure he recognizes the parallels between his own wife dying and Felix Leiter's wife dying. This is one of the grittier and more unique Bond films where actually he goes undercover, gets into this crime lord organization, and makes the crime lord pretty much kill his own goddamn henchman. And I have to say, this is one of the better Bond villains, and yeah, the death is really personal and really epic. Plus, one of the henchmen is Benicio del Toro. Benicio del Toro is in this, and he actually steals the scene even when he's in the background because he looks so freaking creepy. And License to Kill is one of the more violent films from the James Bond franchise. It doesn't show a lot, but the implications of some of the things that happen are really gruesome. There's a guy's freaking head explodes in this movie. And people are freaking eaten by sharks. Alright, my number 3 is a film that you probably all know was coming. You probably knew that, oh, this has got to make the top 5 at least, because this is some people's favorite James Bond film of all time. My number 3 is Casino Royale. Really don't know if I can say much about it that hasn't been said already. The first outing for Daniel Craig, and it's a very different Bond because he's just become a 00 agent. So he does make mistakes. He's a very cocky Bond as well. Mads is a very good villain, and I really appreciate him as an actor because a lot of things he's in, he's epically good at. And even though the main storyline is a poker game ultimately, there is some really great epic action throughout the film. I do have to admit though is every so often I do notice that it is a little dated because some of the green screen background is very notable in this movie when I rewatched it. Like so blatantly obvious. My number 2 probably could have made the top spot if it wasn't for one other film. My number 2 is my favorite Pierce Brosnan movie and one of my favorite N64 games of all time, GoldenEye. Sean Bean is the villain. That's a great sign. This is another villain that is actually personal to the James Bond life because Sean Bean used to be a 00 agent just like James Bond. The action is great and top-notch. It's realistic, it's gritty. The action took a very big leap in better quality when it comes to James Bond films. Maybe it's my love for the N64 game that makes me love GoldenEye so much, but I think even without it, I would have said GoldenEye is easily one of my favorite James Bond films of all time. So my number 1 is my favorite Daniel Craig James Bond movie, Skyfall. There really isn't anything I dislike about Skyfall. similar to GoldenEye and Casino Royale. There's nothing I dislike about it. It's amazing. I loved every second of it. The villain is great. His motivations are great. Judi Dench is amazing in it. It's another film that delves deeper into James Bond's past life, which is really great whenever a film does that. And yes, it does feel a little bit like Dark Knight at times if you compare the two together, but ultimately that makes me like it even more because I love The Dark Knight. It's just a great film that I'm surprised I know some people that actually got bored with it and said that they fell asleep during it. While another friend of mine says there's too much action. Yeah. I know people like that. So yeah, that's my top 15 James Bond films of all time. Please tune in for my top 10 worst James Bond films. And like I said, I still like a lot of James Bond films. There's only 2 that I technically dislike, so even those bottom 10 are movies I do like. As always, this is Bruce Gifford, and this was just my opinion.